It is just gorgeous out here. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Talk Williams. I'm going to say good morning on this wonderful, beautiful Sunday morning in Chicago, man. And I'm just down here to catch the sunrise. Yeah, I'm actually at the Adler Planetarium in Chicago. And of course, I am not the only one, but it's just gorgeous out here. Some of the light, a lot of it is already reflecting, adding color to the building skyline right across the water. And this is all downtown in Chicago. And I'm actually walking this water walk, and right around this bend, that's the Atlas Planetarium. Right around this bend is where we'll be able to see the actual sun come up. So I'm gonna walk that way. It isn't due to come up until I think 6:50 something, but people are out here, and I'm thinking that these group of people right here are photographers, and what they're doing is they're shooting the buildings, and they're probably just doing like what do you call it? You shoot a picture every few minutes or whatever like that. Yeah, what is it called when you just do? I think it's um like a time cast or something like that when you shoot the pictures every few moments, whatever it is. But it's really dope the way it's done, because you set your camera up with your screen to actually take the picture every few seconds. And of course, down here, you can do it any type of way that you want. But I want to walk over to the other side so we can actually see the sun come up, because that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, it's just on this side of it, you'll actually see it, but the buildings get lit by the light hitting off the water and coming across, and that's what makes it extra dope. Look at that. Look at the color that's added from the buildings hitting it. It's just crazy cool. Man, I'm actually gonna set my other camera up um, on this other tripod that I had, this little short. And these are just handheld tripods. And it's not the osmos or any of the stuff that controls the stability. So all the shaking that you're seeing is because I'm walking. That's all. But again, it's Sunday morning, and the weather is beautiful. It's 60 some degrees, and it's not even, yeah, 60 some degrees. And it's a light wind, but it's not a cool, wet wind. It just feels great out here. So on this side is where the sun is actually gonna hit. You see how everybody's showing up as a silhouette? As Look at that. Look at that. And the reason for that is because, again, basic principle of photography, when the light is on the other side of the talent and the lens is on this side, everything shows up silhouette-y, shadowy. You can see like outlines, but you can't see specific details. But it's just crazy cool. And this is like all summer long. People be out here with their cameras, doing what they do. Look at that. Look at the color the light is adding to the buildings. That is just super dope. But the actual sun will be coming up on this side. This way it actually comes up. Probably we might not get to see it because it's like cloudy out there now. But it would be out there where that sailboat is. See the sailboat? See that sailboat? The sun would normally raise right above that. Yeah. But people out here fishing, and everybody's doing their thing, man. Like I said, I want to say good morning to everybody. I am on the south side of Chicago, and one of the things that I do enjoy is sunrise. And even though we're not getting the showing of that this morning, because like I said, if it wasn't cloudy, that cast out there, it would burn through there in about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes from now. But we might not get that showing because of those clouds. But it doesn't matter. It is so just relaxing. I mean, look at this. Yes, whoever's sending the love, the hearts, absolutely. It is just crazy cool. I'm actually, like I said, I have another camera. I wanted to actually catch the sunrise, but I don't know if it's gonna come up. I'm gonna set this right here. If it burns through, that'll be cool, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Anyway, just on another note, this is day 2. Today is actually my second day of a low-carb diet that I started yesterday. And I didn't start yesterday after I ate. I actually didn't eat it all yesterday until about, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon or something like that. And that was actually my first meal. Yeah, 2:30 in the afternoon was my first meal. The reason for that was, I'll just give you the story real quick. I weighed myself the other day. I jumped on the scale the other day and I was, I don't know, 221 pounds. Yeah, that's what my weight was on the scale the other day. Yeah, if the sun was to show, it's right in the center of this screen out there that it would creep through. But I don't know. It doesn't. It says 652 or 650 something that it'll come up, but I don't know. That line of clouds out there, you can see it, right? But yeah, so the other day, I weighed myself, and I weighed like 221 pounds, right? And I was saying to myself, that's too much weight. So I waited 2 more days. I weighed myself again. I was still 221. So I said, hold up. I know I'm not going to work out. I know I'm not going to go to the gym, but I need to lose some weight because, my fucking stomach is like I'm 7 months pregnant or some shit. So yesterday, well, I had made up my mind the other day, but yesterday was, there it goes. If it burns through, see that little reddish out there? If it shows, it'll be through there. Let me set the camera up. Let me see. If it shows. Yeah, if it shows, it'll be right there in that center. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, isn't that a beautiful shot? Even if it doesn't show, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's trying to burn through. Let's see if it'll burn through. Let me give you the full shot back from where I'm at. That's it. So I'm just trying to see if it'll burn through. Let's see. Let's see what it does. It's trying. It's going to creep right over that water right there. Yeah, let's see what it does. I'm going to wipe the lens a little bit. Not that this has helped, but you'll see it. You'll see that sun lift right over that water. That's where it should come up at, right there. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Got a little burning, a little burning. It looks like it's gonna try to make it. Ah, that'll be cool. There it is. It's trying. It's like I'm right here. I'm trying to burn my way through. See? That's crazy, right? But yeah, so what I did was I weighed myself again, and as I said, it came up 221 again. And I'm like, you know what? As I said, I don't go to the gym, I don't work out, but I gotta do something with the weight. So I tell you something, a easy, for me, lazy way of losing weight without working out and doing all of that stuff, because I don't do it, is a low carb diet. Yep. The low carb diet is my go-to. Uh-oh, see the sun? See the sun right there? Yeah, it looked like something out of a movie, man. Check that out, man. Yes. Yes. You see that? That's crazy, right? Man. Damn, that's dope, right? Just seeing that. Look at that. That is crazy, man. Good morning, good morning. Shout out to Rich John. Yeah, what's up, Marcus Banks? Yes, Marcus. Look at that. You see that sun lifting up through that water, man? That's crazy. That is some dope ass shit, man. Look at that. It's like God just pushed the sun up. Just pushed it up. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sunrise. Definitely that, man. Yeah, that's crazy cool. Marcus says, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, Marcus, you do the same. Yeah. I was actually, look at that, man. That is sick. Thanks, Marcus. Mary Roberts, good morning. Yes, it is beautiful. Yes. That is crazy, right? No doubt. Rich John, no doubt. Have a great one. Yeah. No doubt, man. That positive energy. Come on. Let's go. Oh, okay. Is that wide? I guess that would be considered wide. Yeah, that might be considered wide. That sunrise is just crazy. Shout out to everybody stopping through, man. This is the sunrise that's seen on the south side of Chicago at the Atlas Planetarium. Yes, man. It is beautiful. Somebody has their drone up. Cigarette smoke. Yes, it is beautiful. Yes, yes. Jazzy girl, good morning. Shout out to you. It is beautiful. That it is. And it was so dope about it too. It lights it lights the buildings up across the water. So it gives the color to the buildings in the morning. Hey, we got a speedboat. Is it? Man, that thing is gone. Check that out. Yeah, that is a wonderful shot there. Thank you, Jazzy. Jazzy girl, have a blessed Sunday also. Everybody have a blessed one. Yup. It's like 70 degrees out here. It's a light wind. There's like, it's just relaxing. It's just so relaxing. Good morning, Dora. Yes, it is definitely beautiful, right? You know, God never disappoints anyway, so it's just one of them things. Yes, I have to pin that. As Natasha says, hey, my favorite part of creation, the sunrise and sunset. No doubt. It's like, let's do it again. Yeah. Oh, it's raining in Argentina? Yeah, this is the south side of Chicago. We're right across from, well, it's all downtown at this point. But absolutely. You know, the thing is, I remember coming up as a shorty, you know, we in the streets, and I had 7 uncles. And you know, sometimes things used to happen. And one of my uncles used to say, you know, get a son another chance. Because typically in the hood, things happen at night. Or at least you contemplate and discuss ideas about how you respond to different things. Stuff just kick off when the sun ain't out a lot of times, you know. And we used to talk about it or be running our mouth. And one of my uncles, they would say, look, just get a son another chance before you move on that. Hey, check this out. I'm going to zoom in some because there's a sailboat right underneath. So I'm going to zoom in. Let me know if y'all can see that. Y'all see that sailboat? That is crazy. That's crazy. Dang, look at that. Yes, that is crazy. Let me just turn it this way so we can ride that out a little bit. Yeah, so one of my uncles, that's what he used to say, get a son another chance. You know, to Natasha's point, it's like within a cycle, the sun is like new breath. Let's try it again. Let's go at it fresh, you know. Now we got these old warplanes. Let's see if we can get them. It's these old warplanes coming by. Yeah, they on their way to Indiana, because Indiana is right to my right. Yeah, that's why I be saying sometimes on certain days like this, man, God should just charge everybody to come out and see it. The way we just abuse it and take it for granted, man. This is just crazy. Yes, yeah, that sense of peace. That's right. Yeah, you get to do it. Yes. I'm on my day 2 of my fat. Well, I'm not really on a fast. I'm on day 2 of my low carb diet. And I've done it before. I've done Atkins diet before. So this is sort of like Atkins. It's a low carb diet, I'm on day 2. And typically when I do these diets, I'm real or more, not real, but I'm more. I'm more intentional about what I listen to and what I do, the people I be around, the conversations I have, because, you know, it's a mindset thing. And if those things aren't providing, as you say, some serenity, some peace, some calmness of thought, then when I'm doing these diets, I don't surround myself around them because, you know, life teaches you that the things we see, the things that we consume with our ears, our eyes, our touch, our smell, affects our thinking. And I'm gonna tell you, for me, I'm a person that don't work out or whatever like that. So I go on low carb diets um, as a lazy way of not only losing the weight, but also resetting my sugar levels, um, taking away a lot of that what they call visceral fat around the organs, all of that stuff. It's a cheat sheet for me. That's what it is for me. And with me, once my stomach start looking like I'm in my second trimester of a pregnancy of some sorts, I know it's time to go on that diet. My natural weight is probably between 201 and 204, around 205. And the other day I weighed myself, I was 221. And the only part that looked like I was 221 was my face and my stomach. And that's not good, especially when you're older, to have all that fat just bulging out in your stomach, but the rest of your body ain't getting fat with it. So that's when I turned to the low carb diet. And right now I'm on what I started yesterday was a 22 carbs or less. So for the first 14 days, which this is day 2, I'll be eating a total of 22 carbs a day. That's it. I'm not counting calories. I'm really not paying attention to fat, different things like that, because a lot of that stuff will eliminate itself. I'm just counting carbs. So 22 carbs or less a day, that's what I'm on. Yeah. Yeah, Natasha, that's what it is. It's a mindset. That's what it is. It's like that with anything. Um, but I know when I'm really challenged, like when I'm doing stuff, I'm a knowledge worker, right? Meaning I earn a living through what I know in terms of systems and applications and different things like that. Not that I'm nerded out or I'm really good at it. I'm just saying that's how I pay my bills. That's how I earn a living, right? So in doing such, here's that boat here's that sailboat now that we was looking at. There it is right there, away from the sun. So in doing such, what happens is um, there's a lot of things that I don't know. It's not like I'm some type of genius or anything like that. No, I'm just saying I'm the average person and know a little bit about technology. I'm just saying I'm a knowledge worker in terms of how I pay my bills and all of that stuff is through using the keyboard, computers, systems, different things like that. Now, with that, I'll listen to different types of music. I'll talk to people about anything, whatever. I surround myself. It really doesn't matter because I'm kind of focused. I can zero in. I'm not mentally challenged. But when it comes to a diet, when it comes to like this low carb diet, 22 carbs or less for the first 2 weeks, and then under 35 carbs a day for the second 2 weeks, um, I have to dial in, and I have to everything around me, everything that I'm consuming, I have to be dialed in. I have to be more intentional and deliberate. The reason why that's really a challenge for me, creating databases and moving data around and creating content for my YouTube channel. All of that stuff is challenging, but it's cool. I can mix it up anyway. I could go somewhere and do it around 500 people and everybody speaking a different language. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. But with this diet, I know I'm challenged. So I have to surround myself around people, things, activities, sounds, conversations, everything to support the current mindset. So that's just what it is. Yeah, and that's what I do, Natasha. I overeat I overeat the wrong things, you know, overeating the wrong things. Let me get back to the sun. Look at that. Look at that. Look what God give us, man. Look at that. Look at that. Damn, that is crazy. Look at that. Yeah, so, um, eating junk, eating different stuff, not having a window of time to eat between, eating before I go using food to help me go to sleep because I'm up doing something and might have a snack and eating around the clock, doing all kind of, just abusing the body, abusing the organs and the 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 whole functionality of the system, right? And I was telling one of my daughters, I said the worst thing that you want is your body to start attacking you. You don't want your body mad at you, right? And when they get to the part, you get to the point where your body start attacking you, turn on you, then it becomes an issue. And that's for anybody, right? But yeah. Oh, you a stress eater, yeah, yeah. And the other thing is when I'm in a relationship, when I'm in a committed relationship, um, I eat more scheduled because meals are being cooked. Typically, some part of the day, most of the times, she's gonna be doing it. Sometimes I'm gonna be doing it, but it's still to be scheduled for the most part, right? So there'll just be that. Typically, we eating dinner around a particular time, or we go out together and eat, and then we might have a snack. But as a single person, it's like I'm all over the place with it. It's like ain't no eating schedule. It ain't no cooking schedule. It ain't no going out schedule. It's am I cooking? Is somebody else cooking and they sharing their food with me? Am I going out to eat? What activity I'm doing and I'm traveling, I'm moving around is crazy, right? But that's still on me. And that's why when I got on the scale the other day, I was 221 pounds when normally my weight, my natural feel good weight is 205 pounds. So 20 pounds got to go. Something that looked like 20 pounds got to go. And it will because I've done this low carb diet before. I've done 30 days of the Atkins diet, the low carb. And the last time I did it probably was about 4 or 5 years ago. I lost 11 pounds in 14 days. It was crazy. And this is like no exercise. That's why I say I'm cheating the system because it doesn't involve any working out or exercising, whatever. I might walk and ride the bike a little bit or something like that, but it's nothing that's working up a sweat or anything I'm doing that goes beyond me having a conversation while I'm doing it in terms of the exertion of it. But the cool part is, even though the low carb diet for me is a lazy man's way of losing the weight, the benefits though, the benefits is crazy. Because one of the first things it does, like within the first um, 3 to 5 days, it resets your sugar level. Like just straight out, boom, it resets it. It just does. I mean, like I said, I've done this 2 or 3 times over the last 10 years, you know. And people say, well, I don't do it because you get the weight back. No, you get the weight back because you go back to your old habits. Don't put it on what's effective that you get your weight back. But you get your oh, check this guy out. Yeah. Oh, so you do the cabbage, you doing the cabbage diet for 3 days, and that's then an all liquid for 3 days. So I guess my question would be, what is it about the cabbage? I hear people say celery. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a cabbage because I like cabbage, but I like fried cabbage. That's the problem. I'm a fried cabbage. I had an aunt Moselle, man. Man, she would take cabbage. I never understood it as a shorty. Used to go over there, and early during the Sunday or Saturday that I'm over there, she had this big pan, this big deep skillet, and she'll just be cutting up this cabbage, throwing it in there. As a child, I'm thinking cabbage might be lettuce that's been sitting in your refrigerator too long, but she pile it up, pile it up, pile it up, and then she'll whatever she do, and then every other hour, if I walk through the kitchen, it get lower and lower. And before I know it, when it's done, it's all braised and bronzed, got color to it, and smelling good and cooked all the way down. And then, man, she just hit it with a douse of that fucking soy sauce, Kiko, man. Whoo! I doubt if that's the type of cabbage you talking about, though. But oh yeah, you love fried cabbage? Yeah, oh my God, that cooked down fried cabbage ain't a game. It's just not. I'm telling you, that's why I say when you say cabbage, I'm like, okay, that's a great choice for me, but it's probably not the one you'll be doing. Is the is the cabbage itself? Of course, I don't know any benefit of cabbage. I'm just ignorant, right? So is the cabbage itself? Is it something with the vitamins in the cabbage? What is it about the cabbage? Or is it just a good transition because you get ready to do the all liquid, to not just shock into the all liquid, but to just kind of smooth over transition with a good time with cabbage for 3 days? Oh, it's like a soup and tomato and celery. Okay, all right, got you. All right. Charge 4440 says, I'm on a journey to lose 15 to 20 pounds with walking, running, and healthy eating, cutting out sweets and bread, just veggies and some lean meat. That's what I'm talking about. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Charge 4440. Yeah, good luck with that. Even though, no insult to you, we know luck ain't really got anything to do with it, because if we not intentional, we not deliberate, and we not consistent, and we not disciplined, and all of that stuff, y'all know what's on the menu. You know what I mean? But if we not the chef, right? Right? We the chef when it comes to gaining the weight. We got to be the same chef when it comes to losing it, right? So whatever tools, whatever method, whatever strategies that people are choosing, that's the business. Yeah, yeah. Oh, so it's low in fats. Okay, Natasha says just low in fats. And yeah, I say this. So yesterday, yesterday I had one, two. Yesterday I only had 12 grams, 12 net carbs all day long. 12 carbs. That was it. That's all I had yesterday. That was it. And see, I'm older, right? And I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, right? So typically when I'm just doing whatever I want to do, I'm like, I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. Give me a large hot hazelnut or a large hot French vanilla, black unsweetened. Give me 3 cream on the side. Give me 3 Splendid on the side, and give me a apple braided pie. Dunkin' Donuts either done brought back, or they got this thing called an apple braided pie. And I'm so glad, because hopefully that's the replacement for um, the apple fritters, because those apple fritters, they always look good, but they just was a pile of mess in terms of dough. I shouldn't even be talking about this food like this. because of what I'm doing. But the point of it is, that's what I do at Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks, I'm eating something, I'm just all over whatever time. But like I say, the thing about this low carb diet for me that I've experienced and I've heard and a little studying, watching, whatever, it get right at the issue. It gets right at the issue because they say it's this thing called ketosis, right? And so what they say is when your body goes so many hours with a minimum amount of carbs that the brain switches, and all of a sudden, instead of the body eating on intake, it eats on the current stored fat. And the first thing that it attacks is the glucose level in the brain. The first thing that it attacks is that glucose. That's why the crazy part about people that might be um, diabetic, period, when they get on these low carb diets, like you could call it ketone, you call it Atkins. There's just so many names for them. But the bottom line is when you're counting the carbs to get the work done, like I'm doing, under 22 for the first 2 weeks, then under 40 for the second 2 weeks. So it'd be like a 30-day thing. That it starts eating that stored fat. It starts eating that body fat. That's what it starts doing. And that's just crazy cool. It gets right at it. It just does. Like I said, I weighed in 2 days ago. I was 221 pounds. When I weigh in Saturday, this coming Saturday, which is 7 days, 6 days, whatever, I'm going to be probably 215, like that quick. Put it this way, easy 3 pounds gonna be gone. Easy. Just easy. Yeah. Let me see. What did I do? Oh. Yeah, Chicago view, and they go to buildings right across the water that it lights up. Look at that. Chicago has the dopest skyline. I'm talking about, I don't care if you're talking about buildings or the water. Chicago has like one of the dopest skylines, man. Oh, okay, Natasha, you have a problem with the insulin resistance. Okay. Yeah, I got two phones up. Both of my alarms just went off. But yeah, that's the thing. You gotta do the one that'll work for you. Um, the Atkins diet was my first low carb diet that I did. And I lost like 28 pounds in 45 days. And like I said, guys, I don't exercise. When I say I lost 28 pounds in 45 days, I'm saying to you, I'm not taking steps where there was elevators. I continue to take the elevator. I'm still just, I didn't do any exercise, like none. A brisk walk here and there, maybe a bike ride or two or three, but no, none of that. What I learned, at least for my body, because to Natasha's point, you got to be tuned in with your body. You got to understand what your physiological challenges are. And with some information and some commitment and some, to do's and try this out and get informed and all of that stuff, you'll figure out which ones your body might respond to well, depending on the purpose. When I go on a diet, it's not to strip muscles down and build muscles up. I don't. That's not what I'm on. I'm just trying to lose the weight And it's just a good coincidence for me that the low carb diet, the ketone weight loss programs, it will eat away that visceral fat that lands on organs, which is worse than that other fat. So, I didn't do it for that, but just to find out that it does that, was crazy. Resetting the sugar, eating the visceral fat that surrounds the organs that's been built up. I was listening to this guy. He's a doctor, and he was talking about how ketone diets, low carb diets, how they work, how the benefits, and that's what he was stressing. He was like, you be surprised. People be thinking they got a craving for sugar and they just gotta have sugar. He said, go on a low carb diet. He said, I don't care which one it is. He said, after about 3 to 5 days, you will not have any desire for sugar. You just won't be craving it because it just kind of knocks a lot of that out in terms of that craving and that sugar. It I think he said it resets. It has something to do with resetting the sugar levels, and then all of a sudden, because you're not eating certain things with the low carb, the bread is gone, right? Think about that. The bread is gone, the starch is gone, a lot of that stuff is just gone, and all of a sudden, your glucose level is not on this roller coaster ride that I typically have mines on, right? I typically put my glucose level on a roller coaster ride. What do that mean? That means if I'm studying or doing something or chilling and I'm eating, and then I want to stay up, sometimes I'll eat just to stay up a little longer, just to get some more energy from the eating, just to stay up. That's Isn't that insane when we look at or we think about what's behind certain behaviors we have? I'm not even eating. I wasn't even eating sometimes to be hungry. I eat just to get that fake energy to stay up because remember, I don't work out, right? Some of you guys, y'all might work out, y'all do a little exercise, and then that gets your metabolism up a little bit, and then you rolling again. You feeling fresh for like however long you feeling fresh. But me, I'm not even doing that. So I might just be like, let me heat my coffee up and eat me another honey bun or a slice of this or a piece of this, and then I'm up, right? But that was enjoyable but crazy. Enjoyable but crazy. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to do. That's the reality of it. So that's why I look. It's like yesterday, a couple of my buddies, couple friends, guys, right? I run into one of them, and we was talking about Nakia, but Latrice. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good morning, Nakia, Latrice. I know it's extra early where you at. Seattle, damn. It's like 5 in the morning or something. Yeah, down there on the south side of Chicago, we caught the sunrise. I think at about around 6:52 or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, we was talking about different methods and diets and stuff. And those guys, they work out. One guy, he does like a 36-hour fast. I think every 9 days he does a 24-hour fast. And the crazy part is he does it with one of his kids. So the fucking Department of Family and Health and Services, they might be looking for his ass. Cause he even got one of his kids doing that shit with him, so I don't even know. But um, just to be intentional, like if you know this, like me with smoking, I don't smoke, right? I don't smoke weed, I don't smoke cigarettes, so it doesn't bother me when people smoke. I mean, I don't like the smell of it, but I'm talking about, does it give me an urge? Is it a draw for me? Does it make me say, man, I need? No, it doesn't, right? So the people who smoke or people who struggle with stop smoking, they might look at me and say, man, that's good, man. You got so much discipline that you don't smoke. But it's not really a fair accolade or a fair compliment, because why? How can there be a challenge for something I don't even do? I don't have an affinity or draw or liking to. I don't even want to do it. So I'm not going to be drawn into that. It's nothing. I don't drink. So when I don't need nobody telling me that's good that you don't drink, because I mean, I don't do it. It don't take any effort for me not to do it mentally, emotionally, or anything, right? But not eating right, yeah. That's why. That's why it's good to have a conversation. Listen, going back and forth with Natasha about, hey, look, I do the cabbage. That's why it was good to run into my boys yesterday, and we talked about the methods they use for whatever they work out, whatever program. It doesn't matter. Though that's surrounding myself with conversation. That's me being intentional and responding deliberately to things that's being said or presented to me. And that's the mindset. All that feeds into the mindset. When I leave here and I go back to the crib, I'm working on some tech stuff. I'll be playing a video where the doctors talk about the visceral fat, which is the fat that's hugging the organs, not the fat that you can pinch, and how fasting or ketone diets of sorts, they eat it up, they eat it away and free your lungs back up, whether it be your heart, your liver, your kidneys, whatever that is. So not that I'm gonna become an expert, but that's just what I'm doing, what I do when I'm in the phase. That's all it is. But Natasha says, hold up, Natasha. Natasha say, I don't work out because I don't like the atmosphere of the gym. It's it's a new hookup spot. All right. So Natasha, let's put it in order. You got the gyms, you got the churches, you got the clubs, you got the laundromat, you got the grocery stores. I'm saying in that order. In that order. You might wear a ring or something. Wear a ring. Wear a wedding band. Oh, okay. You in Indiana. I'm looking at, Indiana is how we see the sun. We look towards Indiana, the east, right? But Natasha, I'm gonna throw this at you, right? Not going to the gym, I understand, right? But you just gotta find somewhere else you can work out, whether it be a park, maybe a YMCA, or I don't know. I be seeing people, they be all along the lake in groups. It be groups of women, groups of men. Sometimes it's mixed. It be, you gotta find something if that's what you want to do. Yeah, I know. I look. This ain't no hookup. This ain't no hookup. I'm not throwing. This not a hookup line here. I'm just asking you. Do you ever come to Chicago? Cause it's beautiful in Chicago. I mean, you gotta know that, and especially during the summertime, in terms of things to do. Yeah, the free yoga classes. Yeah. Oh yeah, they got them all on YouTube, no doubt. Yeah, I be seeing them all on YouTube.